Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I welcome you all once again to this episode of Arabic Grammar, which is episode 45. Inshallah, today we are taking up a new topic, Al-Asma'u al-Khamsatu wa i'rabuha. Al-Asma'u al-Khamsatu wa i'rabuha. Now, as an introduction, which is very necessary for this topic, the language is said that there is a basic line of Arab, a basic line of Arabic grammar and Arabic words analysis. So if I should say ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة, you see some fatha, kasra, dhamma, sukun. They are the signs of Arab. As I've already indicated in previous lessons, they are the what? Basic signs of Arab. Al-alamat al-asliya lil-i'rab. And then after I've said, we have al-alamat al-far'iyya. Some books will name it al-i'rab bil-huruf. Al-i'rab bil-huruf. So we have al-i'rab bil-harakat and then al-i'rab bil-huruf. When you hear al-i'rab bil-harakat, that is i'rab by vowels. So I will say ذهب محمد, محمد فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره الضمة. ضرب الأستاذ الطالبة، الطالبة مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة. So this i'rabs, you hear that whenever I say وعلامة رفعه الضمة وعلامة نصبه الفتحة, the signs are vowels, the signs that makes us see which word is nominative, which word is accusative, which word is genitive, which word is juicy. They are all fatha, kasra, dhamma, sukun. So these are vowels. When we do i'rab with these vowels, we say al-i'rab bil harakat. That is i'rab by vowels. Grammatical analysis by vowels. There are some words, their grammatical analysis does not fall on these vowels. They use the secondary signs, which are the al-alamat al-far'iyya, which can also be said al-i'rab bil huruf. I'rab by letters. Letters alif, waw, yai. So we've seen something like that. In the i'rab of jam'ul mudhakkar as-salim, we've seen that. Jam'u mudhakkar as-salim, we've seen that. And then in the i'rab of al-muthanna, we've also seen that. That the dual, when it is marfu, it takes alif. And that the dual, when it is genitive or it is accusative, when it is mansub or majrur, it takes yai instead. The previous lesson we explained all this. So when i'rab goes this way, we say al-i'rab bil huruf or al-i'rab bil alamat al-far'iyya. Okay. Now, the reason behind setting aside some particular names, we set them aside basically because of i'rab. We don't categorize them for any purpose in Nahu, but i'rab, the way their endings are, the way they behave when they are in sentences. Because the goal in Nahu is for you to end your sentence with the appropriate vowel. End each word in the sentence with the appropriate vowel. That is the goal of Nahu. I can boldly say that is the sole goal of Nahu. To be able to end each word, not begin each word. To be able to end each word with the appropriate vowel that word is supposed to take, considering its position in the sentence. That is Nahu and what it aims at reaching. So some nouns are set aside because of the way their endings behave when they are in sentences. So if you should hear al-asma'ul khamsa, al-af'alul khamsa, why are they setting these nouns aside? Why are they setting these verbs aside? Because they behave differently in grammatical analysis. Okay. Now, al-asma'ul khamsa, some have made it 6, some have made it 5. 5 is more popular. Okay. Al-Asma'ul Khamsa, the 5 names. That is basically what it means. Al-Asma' al-Khamsa, the 5 names. Wa i'rabuha, and their grammatical analysis. So inshallah today we are going to see another way of grammatical analysis. It looks just like the dual and then it's like a measure between the dual and then the plural i'rab. You pay attention and then we go through the lesson inshallah. Al-Amthila, he says Ja'a Abu Sa'idin. Ja'a Abu Sa'idin. Abu Sa'id came. Abu Sa'id came. If you want to open it up, it means that the father of Sa'id came. Okay. Abuka tabibun mahirun. Your father is an expert doctor. Mahir bimana expert. Well versed in what he's doing. Your father is a dexterous doctor. Your father is a well versed doctor. Abuka tabibun mahirun. Kana abuka rajulan haziman. Your father was a decisive man. He wasn't somebody who would compromise easily. That is hazim. Ay hazama. Hazama bimana, it comes with the meaning of azama. فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. And when you've decided, trust in Allah. Hazama comes with just like that meaning. To be decisive, to be determined. كَانَ أَبُوكَ رَجُلًا هَازِمًا. Your father was a determined man, a decisive man. He wasn't too soft. He doesn't compromise easily. لَعَلَّ الْقَادِمَ أَبُو مُحَمَّدٍ. Perhaps the one coming is Abu Muhammad. Okay. Now, our goal here, let me wipe these things. Our goal here, we will come to look at what are the Asma'ul Khamsa in our sentences. And then how are they behaving. But then even before we go to the Sharh, we got to the Bahth. The Asma'ul Khamsa, I will be taking them out for us to see them clearly. Okay. Okay. We will come to understand these ones, highlighted ones here. He says here in this part, Wadda'ana. Wadda'a, to bid farewell to. If you see the poem I uploaded quite recently, like 2 days ago or so, farewell to truth, you see Wadda'an ya Sadiqi al-Haq. Wadda'a is to bid farewell to. Wadda'ana Aba Sa'id. We bid farewell to Aba Sa'id. Yujillu nasu abaka. Yujillu from ajalla, ay azama, to glorify, to hold in high esteem, to respect. Yujillu nasu, people respect or hold your father in high esteem. Abaka. La'alla abaka tabibun mahirun. Perhaps your father is an expert doctor. Inna Aba Muhammadin rajulun sharifun. Aba Muhammad, or the father of Muhammad, is an honorable man. Sharif, bimana honorable. Radina an Abi Sa'id. Radina an Abi Sa'id. We are pleased with Abi Sa'id, or the father of Sa'id. Yathiku nasu bi abika. Bi abika. People trust Yathiku. People trust your father. Radiya nasu an abika. People are pleased with your father. People are pleased with your father, Abika. Yashkuru nasu li Abi Muhammadin. Abi Muhammadin. People are grateful to Abi Muhammad, or Muhammad's father. Now, even before we come to the Sharh, you look at the changes of the word Ab. Now, when you want to say your father, you can't say Abuke. Abuke. We say Abuke. We say Abake. We say Abika. So the word Ab will now be ending with either wow, either alif, or yai. And this wow, alif, yai becomes the signs of i'rab for this particular word in this form of construction. And so when you see it like this, Abu Bakr, Aba Bakr, Abi Bakr, know that the signs of i'rab is the alif, yai, wow, not any fatha, kesra, dhamma. Okay. In this part, ja'a Abu. Abu here is fa'il. Fa'il supposed to be marfu. This is how it looks, Abu. Here we have Abu coming as mubtada because it is a noun beginning a sentence. Abu. So it comes as marfu. Since it's a mubtada, it's supposed to be marfu also. Kana abuka. Here it comes as ismu kana, and we've done kana wa akhwatuha, so you know ismu kana also is marfu. We have la'alla al-qadima Abu Muhammadin. La'alla, if you remember very well, is part of the akhwat inna. Inna wa akhwatuha. If you check, we have inna, anna, lakinna, layta, la'alla. We have inna, anna, ka'anna, lakinna, layta, la'alla. La'alla is part of them. And inna wa akhwatuha, what they do is tansibul mubtada wa tarfa'ul khabar. So when you have a subject and predicate sentence, al-waladu jamilun, you introduce inna, you say inna al-walada jamilun. So the ismu inna becomes mansub. Khabar inna is marfu. So that affects la'alla also, because la'alla is part of the sisters of inna. Okay. If this confuses you, you can easily refer back to the inna wa akhwatuha lessons. It says la'alla al-qadima, perhaps the one coming is who? This is the khabar and it's supposed to be marfu. Abu Muhammad. Perhaps the one coming is Abu Muhammad. So here we have, when it is marfu, it comes as Abu, Abu, Abu. Even before I tell you its sign of raf, you know that wow is the sign of raf. Here we have wada'ana. We bid farewell to who? Is the object, Aba Sayyid. So Aba here is maf'ulun bihi, mansub. You come to the Arab. Yujillu nasu, people honor or regard Abaka. Abaka here is the object, maf'ulun bihi, and we know it's also mansub. La'alla abaka, ismu la'alla should be mansub also, because here you realize la'alla al-qadima, it takes fatha, so mansub. Ismu la'alla is mansub, ismu inna is mansub, because they are siblings. You have la'alla abaka tabibun mahirun, perhaps your father is an expert doctor. So abaka ismu inna mansub. Inna aba Muhammadin. Aba here is also ismu inna. Now this aba is ismu la'alla. Inna aba here is ismu inna. And so in this second partition it comes as mansub. So you realize that when abaka or ab is brought as a mudaf ilayh construction, it comes as Abu, Aba, Abi, the father of. You remember the mudaf ilayh lesson we did? When Abu, father, comes as mudaf, this is how it reacts. So here, the second part, it is maf'ulun bihi, mansub. It is mansub, maf'ulun bihi at a time, it's ismu inna at a time. And then here we have radina an, harfu jar. So abi here is ismu majrur. Yathiku nasu bi, abika. Abi is ismu majrur. Radiya nasu an, abi is ismu majrur. Yashkuru nasu li, harfu jar. Abi, so abi is ismu majrur. So in the third part, they all come as ismu majrur. So you realize that when the word abi comes as mudaf ilayh and it comes as ismu majrur, it's supposed to come with yai. So its alama of jar is yai. So if you want to say I saw Abu Bakr, you say ra'aytu Aba Bakr. Ja'a Abu Bakr. Zahabtu ila Abi Bakr. Okay. Now let's come to the bath. He says kalimatu ab. The word ab, which is father, في جميع الأمثلة المتقدمة اسم. The word ab in all the previous example is a noun in the first place. وهي مضافة في كل مثال إلى كلمة أخرى. And in all the examples it comes as مضاف. It is added to another word. مضافة إلى في كل مثال إلى كلمة أخرى. It is attached to another word. It's added to another word. So it is مضاف, and the other word is what? مضاف إليه. If you remember your previous lesson very well. غير الياء, and it is not attached to yai. So we don't have abi in there. Abi. No, take note of that. Very important. التي تدل على المتكلم is not attached to a yai, which refers to the first person. So we didn't see abi in there. Okay. وإذا تأملتها في جميع تراكيب القسم الأول وجدتها مرفوعة. He said if you should look at the word ab in all the construction as it came in the first part. In the first part is this part we have here, these ones. It came as what? Marfu'atun. All of them came as marfu' in the first part. لأنها في التركيب الأول فاعل, because in the first example it is فاعل. وفي الثاني مبتدأ, as I've clearly explained. وفي الثالث اسم كان, and in the third example is اسم كان. وفي الرابع خبر لعل, and it comes as خبر لعل in the third example. So first one it was fa'il, second mubtada, and then the third it was ismu kana, and then the fourth it came as خبر لعل. And all these positions are raf'u positions. That's why we have it coming as marfu. Abu. وإذا تأملتها في القسم الثاني, if you look at the second partition, وجدتها منصوبة, it comes as mansub. في جميع تراقيبه, in all the four sentences we have in the second part. لأنها مفعول به, because it is what? مفعول به in that case. في التركيبين الأولين, because it comes as مفعول به in the first two sentences. واسم لعل وإن, and it comes as اسم لعل and اسم إن في التركيبين الأخيرين, in the last two examples. And it says وإذا تأملتها في القسم الثالث, if you should look at it again in the third part, وجدتها, that is the last four, وجدتها مجرورة في جميع التراكيب, you find it to be majrur, that is, you find it to be genitive in all the sentences. في جميع التراكيب لأنها مسبوقة بحرف من حروف الجر في كل مثال, because it is preceded by a حرف من حروف الجر. It is preceded by a letter among the preposition, one of the articles of preposition. فما هي إذن علامات الرفع والنصب والجر فيها? In that case, what is now the signs of raf' and nasb and then al-jar in this particular noun? إذا تأملنا الكلمة أب, إذا تأملنا الكلمة أب, if you should ponder about the word or look considerably, if you look very well at the word ab, في أمثلة القسم الأول, in the first part, حيث هي مرفوعة, where it came as مرفوع, وجدنا الواو, we find واو تلازمها, being attached to it consistently. We find it being accompanied by واو في جميع التراكيب, in all the sentences, in all the four sentences. وإذا تأملناها في الأمثلة القسم الثاني, and if you should look at it in the examples of the second part, the sentences of the second part, وجدنا, where I said حيث هي منصوبة, where it was mansub, where it came as mansub, وجدنا الألف, وجدنا الألف تلازمها أيضا في جميع التراكيب. We find that alif comes with it always, أبا 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 أبا, like that. وإذا تأملناها في الأمثلة القسم الثالث, if you should look at the last four examples, حيث هي مجرورة, where it came as مجرور, وجدنا الياء تلازمها أيضا في جميع التراكيب, we find that ياء is consistently following it in all the examples. وإذن, then لابد أن تكون الواو, then واو must be هي علامة رفعها, واو must be a sign of رفع. والألف, and ألف هي علامة نصبها, and ألف should be a sign of نصب. والياء هي علامة جرها, and ياء should be a sign of jar when it is مجرور. Okay, and he says here, says هذا, this that you've just read, وهناك أربعة أسماء أخرى, and there are four other nouns, because what we said is the topic al-asma'ul khamsa, and they use just one of the asma'ul khamsa to serve as the example, because they all behave the same way. So they use the word ab to set the examples, and then they will tell you the other four. That is the system he used. Says haza, this that you've learned, keep it. وهناك أربعة أسماء أخرى, and there are four other nouns, four other names. حكمها حكم هذه الكلمة في إعرابها بالواو والألف والياء. Says the ruling is grammatical ruling. The grammatical ruling of the four that are remaining is the same. حكم هذه الكلمة is the same ruling for the word ab that we've just seen. Its i'rab is the same. في إعرابها بالواو, in its i'rab with waw, alif, and then ya. That's how they all behave. رفعا ونصبا وجرا, in terms of raf, in terms of nasb, in terms of jar. So the asma'ul khamsa, in terms of raf, they come with waw, in terms of nasb, they come with alif, and in terms of jar, they come with ya. The other four are akh, ham, fu, dhu, bishart, but with a condition. These are the other four, but with the condition that بشرط أن يكون كل منها مضافا لغير الياء متكلم, لغير ياء متكلم. Said each of them should be mudaf. They should come as mudaf, not just because if you want to say رأيت الأب, رأيت الأب, جاء الأب, you don't need the other name. It's not mudaf here, so it doesn't behave like the behavior of the asma'ul khamsa. To be part of the asma'ul khamsa, it should come with, it should come as mudaf, but not mudaf to ya'il mutakallim. He says ligayri mudafan ligayri ya'il mutakallim. It should come as mudaf, but not attached to ya'il mutakallim. So that you say my brother, akhi. In that case, this akh is not part of the asma'ul khamsa. If you say abi, that's not what we are looking for. It should be mudaf to anything other than ya'il mutakallim. Okay. And then he says fatakulu haza. So you say akhuka wa ra'aytu. You say haza akhuka. This is your brother. Here it is khabar. وَرَأَيْتُ أَخَاكَ, and I saw your brother. وَرَضِيتُ عَنْ أَخِيكَ, and I'm pleased with your brother. وَهَكَذَا وَتُسَمَّى هَذِهِ الْأَسْمَاء الْخَمْسَةِ, and these are called the Asma al-Khamsa. So you have Akh, Ham, Fu, Dhu, and then you have Ab already. We've already taken Ab. Okay, so that is the Asma'ul Khamsa. In the ruling, basically, as we've already seen, you didn't need much explanation. You just need to know that the Asma'ul Khamsa, as you've seen, whenever they come, they come as mudaf but not attached to ya al-mutakallim. 1. If they come individually, not as a mudaf, then it is not part of the Asma'ul Khamsa. When they come as mudaf and they are part of the Asma'ul Khamsa, when they are marfu, they take dhamma. When they are majroor, they take yai. When they are mansub, they take alif. Okay. So he says, al-qawaid, al-asma'ul khamsatu hiya abun. The asma'ul khamsa are abun, akhun, hamun, fu, dhu. Okay, I think some of them needs to be explained here. Not all of them. The meanings are: ab is of course clear, the father, a father; akhun, a brother; ham is in-law, more specifically mother-in-law, I think. Ham, but generally in-law, but more specifically mother-in-law. Okay, so it says hamuka, ra'aytu hamaka, zahabtu ila hamika. Okay, then we have fu, which is fam, mouth. When you say fam is not part of the Asma'ul Khamsa. When you say fu, is Asma'ul Khamsa. Fu is also the mouth. So you hear somebody says, Mada fi fika, Mada fi fika, or ma fi fika. What is in your mouth? Fi, in. Fika, your mouth. So this fu, because of the fi, then it became majrur. Fi, fika, majrurun wa alamatu ri aliyah. And then dhu means sahib, somebody who has something. So if I say dhu malin, somebody with money. Dhu ilmin, somebody with knowledge. So the dhu means somebody who possesses something. Okay. And it says al asma'ul khamsatu turfa'u, when they are marfu is bil waw, wa tunsabu bil alif, wa tujarru bil ya. ويشترط في إعرابها هذا الإعراب أن تكون مضافة لغير ياء المتكلم. And in this إعراب, it shouldn't be مضاف to ياء المتكلم. When you see the word and it is مضاف to ياء المتكلم, don't do the إعراب of أسماء الخمسة. You do the إعراب of normal word, singular words as it comes. Let's go back quickly and do some إعراب. We have here جاء أبو سعيد. جاء فعل ماضي مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. أبو خبر مرفوع وعلامة رفعه أستغفر الله العظيم. أبو فاعل. جاء فعل ماضي أبو فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة. Take note of this. أبو فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف, and it is مضاف, وهو مضاف. سعيد مضاف إليه مجرور وعلامة جره الكسرة. أبوك, أبو مبتدأ مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف. الكاف ضمير متصل مبني على الفتح في محل جر مضاف إليه. الكاف, some people will say ضمير مبني في محل جر مضاف إليه, but then ضمير I just added words. Arab is just about words and how you want to put it. الكاف ضمير متصل مبني على الفتح في محل جر مضاف إليه. And then طبيب becomes خبر, ماهر الصفة. كان أبوك, كان فعل ماضي مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. أبوك some would add ناسخ, فعل ماضي ناسخ as they want it, but فعل ماضي مبني على الفتح. and then أبوك اسم كان مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة. الكاف ضمير مبني على الفتح في محل جر مضاف إليه. رجلا خبر كان منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة حازما صفة لرجل. لعل القادمة، لعل is also من أخوات إن. لعل يصير حرف رجاء مبني على الفتح في محل لا محل له من الإعراب. القادم اسم لعل مبني على الفتح، اسم لعل منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتح. أبو خبر لعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف. محمد مضاف إليه مجرور وعلامة جره الكسر. أوكي. ودعنا فعل وفاعل. أبا مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصبه الألف لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة، من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف. سعيد مضاف إليه مجرور وعلامة جره الكسرة. Okay, the second one is also مفعول به like that, so I'll leave it. لعل أباك. لعل, as we've seen, حرف رجاء, and then we come to أباك اسم لعل منصوب وعلامة نصبه الألف لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف. الكاف ضمير مبني على الفتح في محل جر مضاف إليه. إن حرف التوكيد. أبا اسم إن منصوب وعلامة نصبه الألف لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف. محمد مضاف إليه مجرور وعلامة جره الكسرة. Let's take one of these. Sorry. رضينا. رضينا فعل وفاعل. عن حرف جر مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب. أبي اسم مجرور وعلامة جره الكسرة لأن أستغفر الله. أبي اسم مجرور وعلامة جره الياء لأنه من الأسماء الخمسة وهو مضاف. سعيد مضاف إليه مجرور وعلامة جره الكسرة. I think with this I will drop it here. Whatever, due to talking like that, there might be a slip. If you notice anything like that, if you notice that I've left anything out, please do well to call my attention to clarify. Inshallah, if there are any further questions, you do well to ask, and inshallah I will attend to it for you. Okay, till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.